Okay, never done this before, so I'm just trying to put this together now and see how this is going to work. Uh, Understand that our government is absolutely corrupted. Uh, we elect the dumbest people we can find, the most easily corrupted people that we can find into our government offices. When they get there, the only thing they're worried about and concerned about is how to stay in that position so that they can continue to have a sense of power and a paycheck. Literally, they want to get on the uh, stay in long enough to get their retirement from the system. Uh, what elected officials are elected to do is to go to the state capitol and take an oath to support and defend the Constitution. That's their job, to support and defend the Constitution. Well, the Constitution is not written to protect the rights of the majority. It's written to protect the rights of the minority from the majority. All of the elected officials that run around screaming, "Oh, I represent the people, the will of the people, the vote of the people, whatever the people want." Well, that elected official is a damn socialist. And the only difference between socialism and communism is they vote us into socialism. But to enforce socialism, you still have to have communist control mechanisms. So there is no difference between socialism and communism. And we elect these idiots that go to the state capitol or to Washington, D.C., and they vote against the Constitution because they want to please the majority so that they can keep their position of power. Again, that's not their job. The purpose of the Constitution is to protect the rights of the minority from the majority. And the lowest number of any minority group is one. And therefore, the purpose of the Constitution is to protect the God given rights of the individual from the majority. By doing so, it protects the God given constitutionally protected rights of the individual from the abusive and tyrannical power of the government. And your sheriffs, your sheriffs also take an oath to support and defend the Constitution. Their job is to protect the rights of the minority from the majority. We all stand in awe of the sheriff in the old westerns that stepped outside of his jail, pointed a shotgun at the same people that elected him to protect the rights of the individual that he had inside of the jail. Even if he knew that individual was guilty of something, his job was to protect the God given, constitutionally protected rights of that individual. And so he would stand up to the majority and literally point a gun at them to protect the rights of that individual, that minority. And that's the job of every elected official that is ever put inside of a government office. Any government person within the government, they raise their hand and take an oath to support, obey, and defend the Constitution. That is their job, to defend the Constitution, to protect the Constitution and the God-given rights of the individual from other people. These state legislators, their job is to read every bill, and if the bill is and determine whether the bill is a violation of the Constitution or not. if it is a violation of the Constitution, they cannot support it. That's their job. They cannot support it if it violates the Constitution. But instead of doing that, their real job, upholding their oath, which when they violate their oath is perjury, according to Article 15 of the state constitution, which is their oath of office. When instead of doing that, instead of upholding their oath, they go to the state capitol and they play, let's make a deal. I'll support whatever you unconstitutional crap that you want to, as long as you support the unconstitutional crap that I want. Like I said, we elect the dumbest, most corrupt idiots that can be found anywhere, and that's who winds up inside of our government offices. Now, if you don't want me to call you a corrupt dumbass as an elected official, then learn what your damn job actually is. Because your job is to support and defend the Constitution. And if you're not doing that, then you're pissing on the sacrifices that my soldiers made to defend the Constitution, to uphold their oath, to support and defend the Constitution. And I have respect for my soldiers. I respect their sacrifices. And to sit by and watch you idiots up in the state capitol wipe your ass with the same Constitution my soldiers died for, and then walk out of the state capitol and talk to the people and say, oh yeah, nobody has more respect for the military members than I do, you're a lying piece of shit. Because you don't vote and compromise away the same thing the soldiers died for, and then talk about how much respect you have for them. Two of the biggest culprits of that, Jason Smalley and Scott Biggs. And I call you pieces of shit because that's what you are. That's what you were when you were in office. That's what you are today. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to tell you, do your damn job. If you don't know what the Constitution says, if you don't understand the Constitution, if you don't have the backbone to defend the Constitution, then you don't belong inside of a government office. Period. And if this statement hurts your feelings and you think that I shouldn't have the right to say it, then you're one of the people I'm talking about that does not belong in a government office, because you want to silence somebody's freedom of speech.